Hey everybody, just going quickly to Instagram. Uh, quickly to Instagram and go live here. Let's see if that works out. And it should be live now. So, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Triton live here from the Great Barrier Reef. I'm here today to answer all your questions like always, and it is Tuesday here in Australia, so in America it's still Monday. Normally I do these videos, these live sessions on Sundays my time, that would be Saturday in America, but I couldn't do this weekend because there was a lot of action and there was good weather. And I will tell you about the action because it has a lot of stuff to do with the aquarium. But yeah, let's see if people are joining. Ryan Triton joined. Hey Ryan, you back from holidays? Or you still over there? You back? Ryan had a great, crazy time in I think it was in Egypt, wasn't it? Ryan, was it you've been in Egypt, right? That was cool pictures, mate. Thank you for sending all of this stuff over. Really great. Thank you, mate. Yep. Nah, it was cool. It was cool. Good videos, mate. You deserve it. You deserve it. That's what I thought. Anyway, so let's see who else is there. So we have Blue Spectrum Course. Oh, that's a cool name. Ted Reef is on. Also Reef is on. Oh, actually, I cannot see one of the guys. Anyway, KC Fish Aquarium is on. Reef Sounds is on. Hey, Spain is on. That's pretty good. Pools or Reef. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Mm, Matt Machetes Reef. Well, that is that's a good name. The Reefer Network joined. Hey, Reefer Network, how are you? And yeah, definitely need to come and say Happy New Year. Invite me over. I'll be there. Write me right away, mate. Write me right away, Tom. I might mute. It might be you, Tom, isn't it? So okay, so Pulso Reef is writing something in Spanish. I hope the Spanish guys help me out with that. And you guys now go with your questions. Whoever has a question, just shoot them out. I'm good. I'm good to go. And until then, I'll tell you, we had really hot days and we had the chiller broken. Yes, the chiller was broken over the weekend, like always over the weekend, right? Um, it was horrible, like to be honest. And because it's our chiller is outside, so it actually when it shuts down, all the metal parts and everything heat the water up. So I woke up in the morning and I was seeing this thing just going up, and that's a good thing to have like a monitor on there. And we have that we have an alcatronic, right? But that alcatronic has a temperature sensor. So it was really good because you could see the temperature going up. And when you have the alcatronic, I'm pretty sure with the other ones it's the same, but you can give it the range. So after the range, it will tell you every hour or every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes what the temperature is. So I saw like bing, 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 like things going up. And I'm like, oh, well, there's something wrong here. So I went there and saw the chiller is broken, and you need to then kind of, take the chiller off, otherwise it heats up way quicker. So I took the chiller off, um, make the pump not run anymore and stuff. And you need to be careful also with the water in there. So, if you leave the water in there, it will start smelling and build a lot of bacteria. So I emptied all the water of the skimmer and turned on the aircon and hope it will come down. It was a very, very crazy weekend, and I was there for quite a bit but everything is fine right now. Like it looks good. The corals were not too happy. They closed a little bit. We have this extreme polyp extension, but they kind of went a bit less. They were still open, but went a bit less. And yeah, that was the thing on the weekend. Just to let you know, I'll tell you some stories when they come up. But yeah, it was absolute crazy. Reef tank is good though. No dead fish, no dead coral, so it's still fine. I was just worried about like one of two of my deep water acros. Um, they wouldn't like that thing shoots up, but they're fine too. So Ekinara is good. Everything is good for now. Let's see what happens next. I need to go there after this, obviously, live anyway. Very quick. So who spent the longest in front of the mirror? You and Julian. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, mate. Thank you for messaging. I was just checking. Deba 3000 has a question. What is the main purpose of having a refugium? Is it for algae growth, nitrate reduction, or zooplankton, composts, etc., or both? I only have tons of algae reactor. Can I still do the Triton method? Yes. So it is for both, right? It is creating a refugium for all life. So it's not only for the algae. And it brings a lot of not only copepods but other kind of micro animals that your coral will eat, and also your fish will eat. So my fish eat them, my anties eat them. Um, Deba. So that is the main. You got the main purpose pretty straight on. It is also needed, and it's a very important thing to convert some of the trace elements to those, right, into um a, a better known form for the coral, right? So there is in let's say, if you look at it like a pepper, paprika, whatever. It's so hard for me. Like we call it paprika, but it's pepper, like or orange, right? Let's say. So when you eat the orange, the vitamin C will be like coming into your blood better than when you eat like a tablet of vitamin C. Okay, and that is because the the plant version of it, so the fruit in that case, would have some um some byproducts that make that vitamin C better available for you. And it might be not, if there's a doctor, it might be not with vitamin C, but it is with a lot of things you eat. The better to eat them in a natural form. Okay. Um, and that is the same with the algae. So the algae will take some of the metals, for example, and when it dies, it will release them in a bound form, and that is but better available for your corals too. So and it could be that the algae is eaten by some of that little critters, and then the little plankton, zooplankton, will be eaten by a coral. That is the pathway of that metal maybe into the coral. You know what I mean? So that is a reason we have it for, and it works also. We see that, over the 18 years, it is also an important thing. So yeah, you can easily run the Triton method with the reactor. That is not the point. It will still grow some stuff. It's not like the reactor won't grow anything. Um, I am a fan of having a refugium if there is a space for it. If not, I will do whatever I can to put some algae on that system to make it work better. So I remember Pax Bellum bought out that algae reactors. I don't know if they still do it, but I think they do. And they were asking me the same stuff, and a lot of people transformed their reef over their filter over to a Pax Bellum, and it actually worked quite well. So it's not like impossible. You can do that, and it works very, very similar. So as long as you get like close to the Triton method, it's already enough for a lot of people, Deba, right? So it's not you need to have um 100% like exact Triton. That's not the case. It is about how much, like, what I keep super hard corals, so I possibly need 100% of the Triton method, but you might not, so let's just think about that too. And I think you'll be absolutely fine running the Triton method with a reactor, algae reactor. Okay. Good morning, Mesha. Mesha is on. How are you? So Glenn Harrison is up. Here you go. Hey Glenn, how are you? So let's say Glenn, hi Ehsan. How high you put your T5 from the water in a refugium, and do all four T5 need to be 50 blue, 50? Yeah, well, yes, I would go 50-50. Okay, I would definitely go 50 blue, 50 white. Glenn, and I do not have them too far away because there is not that much space, Glenn. Right, I can't really, literally, I can't go 60 up because there's no 60 left, right? I know. I think you asked me for doing the video, the live on that light. So it's kind of, this much space, so that they are literally just maybe 15 to 20 centimeter off, right? And 20 centimeters is pretty good. It's not doesn't need to be super close. You can go away a bit far a bit, and you can be close to if your lights can take the salt, right? Um, but there's really nothing to it. The only thing is really go white and blue. Okay, just very important, white and blue. Okay. Uh, Gregor Wise is on. What is my PO4? My PO4. All right. Hey guys, just quickly, do you hear all the insects, or is it like is it getting you crazy? Just let me know because the insects are back. It's rainy season. It rains a lot, and then obviously my garden looks really good, but then I have all these cicadas sitting in the jungle behind me. So just let me know if you can't hear me. I'll talk louder. No worries, then. I will still do that video. You will see it on your own, right? So I'm I would no problem at all. So, Ryan, no question, Matt. So, what do you see here on? Let's have a look at Instagram. Come back to Instagram. There is a lot of people going on Instagram. Ah, Moscas around. Peta is on. Vadim is on. Muli is on. Great Barrier Reefing is on. How is it going? It's cold here. Wish we had some warm weather. Yeah, it's pretty cold here too, man. Let's just pretend. It's hot. It's so hot. It was pretty good for until yesterday. Yesterday was so hot. Yesterday was really hot. You like get out of the car. It's just hot, really hot. But I need to the water was pretty good. Like last time I said I need to check the water, but we were out there the whole weekend, and the weekend was very cool. Like there was obviously we have a lot of overcast, and we had it on the ocean on the reef too. So that was pretty good. That was pretty good. It was really relaxing, not too hot. So yeah, it was kind of cool. Hi, I have a question. Regards to fluoride. Yeah, Kirkland calls. Go for it. Let me know. Happy New Year to you, Matt. So what is how old is the tank reef? What's happening here? Are you guys talking? Ah, okay, okay. Sorry, Tetrif, I missed your question. I'm coming to it now. So, and then you just keep going. I'm having some STN in my tank. With the recent ICP, all good. Do you recommend to use RTNX with 1 month ago NDOC? Yeah, you can, Tetrif, you can. There's no issue. You can use STN STNX. Use the matching one. Don't use RTNX. I know you wrote RTNX. Maybe you thought STNX or the or other way around. But whatever you have STN. Use STNX. If you have RTN, you use RTNX. There is a little difference to them. Okay, and you can use it with a 1 month old endo. There is no issue. I would use it now. If it is at RTN, okay, for sure use it right away. So let's see. Okay, Kirkland Cores. What could be the reason the fluoride level on my system is still low even after added a bottle of fluoride. That is because fluoride is just taken out of your tank very quickly from a lot of reasons. Like, for example, if you use Al-99 Kirkland cords, right? If you use any kind of aluminium absorber, um, fluoride is this is why I'm not really thinking fluoride is important, you know. And I've not seen it being important. I did a lot of experiments with it. Um, and Julian will kill me for that again, but I'm not using it on my tank, you know, because I add it and it's gone. I add it and it's gone. So it's not really stable in the system. You know, you can't put it in and then next month it's there. It's not. It'll be gone. And like, so you're permanently adding stuff, and it is a bit wasteful, you know, like, because I don't believe your calls are taken in, you know. So yes, it is the way it is, you know. I always say I'm not the guy that puts fluoride in because it's just a waste, and I don't want to spend my money on it, you know. But there is like a religion out there going on. I can't stop it. I don't want to stop it. I don't really, you know, it's not my religion. It is a fluoride religion. So everybody thinks fluoride is very important. Well, I've seen it coming up, and why it came up was just to create something that is different to Triton, um, or to what Triton is doing, you know, because we stopped testing it, and then other people still tested it, so they try to get the people on this religion so they can test their fluoride. Um, and realistically, I'm sorry, but it's still not of value somehow. You know, some people are swearing on it, some people are not. I'm trying to find out why. I believe that some people have success with it. I don't know why. But the reality is that they need to dump a lot of fluoride into their system. You need to permanently add it, otherwise it's gone away anyway. So you're actually permanently adding it with the base elements, and the like core 7 contains fluoride. Um, but like I say, it's calculated a calculated amount to keep up a specific um like zone without being dangerous. But if you want to keep it somewhere where you see it every time, fluoride need to be added permanently, similar to iodine. Like, and they are very close to each other too. They're both halogens from the perspective of element. So you need to permanently add it. It's there's no way out. I'll tell you. And Kirkland cords, it's quite a bit. It's like 1.3 milligram per liter. So it's actually not a trace element anymore. You know, it's so you need to add quite a bit. That is what makes it. I don't know. It's just it's good for every company. You know, like it's good for Triton because you need to buy it. You know, and it's dangerous. So it's better off buying it in a professional way, so mixed already in a bottle and ready to go. um it's dangerous for you as a human too, you know, like it's a very toxic element. But yeah, it's I don't like it, like, because of that. Because it's kind of, in my opinion, it's used a bit, you know, to hook you on a permanent sale, just to let you know. uh so, and then was Kirkland was okay. My dear. What the my dear? What's Peter, what's going on? So Terrell Performance, it sounds cool. That's a good point. I thought that's my problem. Well, thank you. No problem, mate. No, it's not a problem. It's just the way it is, right? It's just, I mean, you can think of it as used up, but he's saying, what about fluoride and blue color on the acros? What about it? And I don't see a relation, bro. That's about it, you know. So I don't see a relation realistically to any specific color, to any specific element. Okay, so there's only one element that I believe in to have a specific color boost on specific coral, right? And that's polypora. Um, that is pink, and that is bromide. Okay, and all others and it's because the protein has been, as far as I know, I remember, has been detected to carry bromide in that protein chain. So that is an important one for Poecilopora. But blue color bound to fluoride? Why not iodine? Why not iron? Why not? Just because somebody said it. If I say now, okay, you look out for iodine and the red color, yeah, right away somebody will jump on it, and in 2 weeks everybody would say Ehsan said red, and also Ehsan said it's just like the generic knowledge is red color is for iodine, and nobody will even know that I said it here in that live, which is not true. I'm not saying that, right? But this is the way it works. So now fluoride is blue, and beforehand iodine was blue, and before that, like years ago, I think iron was green, um and that is from another company that back then there was no ICP, just to let you know, and they just came up with all these colors that are bound to specific elements without being able to measure them. Just said it. You can look it up. If you can't find it, I'll tell you which name of the company. You can still, I'm pretty sure the internet won't forget anything, so you'll find it. I'm pretty sure. But this is the reality. Like, they just drop it. Just drop it. And yeah, I don't believe fluoride and blue coral and whatever. It's way too far away. What should it be doing? And the next thing is, people will tell you fluoride is bound into the skeleton. So what is it? Is it in the skeleton or is it in a blue color? Because it's two different things. The skeleton is not blue. So I don't know. It's just random, like somehow. Okay, so there's a lot of questions coming up. Uh, so thanks. How about yellow? Yeah, it's it. That's exactly gold. Let's say gold and silver corals, man. That's awesome. So Pena, if you have questions, go, Mike. You will hear from me my opinion and an explanation for it, and I'm absolutely happy if you bring something up, Pena, from another guy that told you that is the case, and I will comment on it. It's not a problem. I don't see that in a bad way. I just, it is, and it's a hobby, so people would like to hear things like that. And it's fine, it's not bad. It's just like, you know sometimes it just moving into something, all of a sudden you see it in a forum, and then yeah, it's a common knowledge. It's not common knowledge, right? It's just like, just to let you know. So my PO4, Greg, I still, okay, here you go. So Queen Christoph, hi mate. I see your question. Let me just quickly go on Gregor, because I think Gregor Weiss couldn't ask that question before, and then I'll jump on. And Mina is on. Hey Mina, how are you, mate? How are you? Good to have you here, mate. Good to have you here. It's good you can do it on a Monday. I love it. Okay, so hello. Could you no, sorry. My PO4 and NO3 have recently started to bottom out, and my SPS did not like it. Yes, I have those PO4 and NO3. So should I get rid of the refugium? Greetings from IC Dusseldorf. No, never get rid of the refugium. Add fish. How much fish do you have, Gregor? Wie viel Fisch hast du? Okay, sag mir, wie viele Fische in deinem Becken sind, und dann gucken wir weiter. Okay, aber okay, so I'm keeping it in English because it's easier. I don't need to translate it again. So, tell me how much fish, Gregor, and PO4 and NO3. How do you measure them? Tell me these things, okay? And I know they don't like it. How fast they dropped? You need to tell me that too, and I can help you. So, let's check. I'm jumping over. No, I'm going to Croin. I hope I spell that right. I say that right. Hello, could you explain what is the best way to find full explanation about the Triton method? Do you have videos about it? Yeah, we have a lot of videos about it, and we have a little guide that is maybe the best. Corinne, you can also email us to hello@Triton, and we'll guide you through everything. We'll definitely send you the guide. It's not that big. It's actually a starter guide, and there's a longer guide, and we'll send them to you. But that might be the best way. And when you have questions, you can come here, no problem at all. Um, and there's a lot of videos out there, and I will actually do a video about the Triton method too in front of our show tank and show you some stuff. That's why we have the show tank too, right? So if you, I would say you just write an email to hello@triton.de, and then we go from there, right? And if you can't get anything going, or you have still questions, or you can't get an email back or anything, just let me know, and next week, and I will sort you out from here. Okay, so it shouldn't be a problem though. We have really good support. Julian will write away back. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we have that, and then I have Mina, and I'm just quickly going to over to Instagram. Kirkland Court. Thanks, Ehsan. Have a good rest of the day. Thank you, Matt. You too, Kirkland Courts. You're all good. So after on and Ted Reef, after several months with all the system using X4, do you think that you need all X4 that you installed? Yes, I need them. I need them. And I need to say, like, my corals look amazing. You know, like they are like spot on. And it's obviously I have like really demanding coral, right? So that's just something that you need to say. But no, I need them. I need them. And it's not even several months. I think I need to watch it over years. Because it's a very flat light everywhere. So my corals don't need to grow kind of a section where it's lower light. It's always same kind of blanket of light. So that is an important thing too. And I'm still on it. I'll still change some little bits that you will like, and you will see why I did it too. So it's yeah, no, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. You can't have too much light. That's what I'm saying. You know, like for this SPS, right? For some of this SPS, you really cannot have enough light. It's just not the same. They're living really high up, you know, like that's a lot of light just there, you know. My par, what is my par? Ted Rip is asking. So my par on the surface is 900 something, 950 on the surface, like just underneath the water, and on the bottom it's still 650 if I go full. Right now it's like 470 on the bottom of the tank. It's a lot. It's massive, you know. Like so, but I wanted it that way. So my echinata is growing under nearly 500. I would say it's a bit less on that side because it's a bit on the side and on the side to the front, but it's still 400, 400, 500. Still high, still a lot, you know. And people say that's not going to work, but definitely works, you know. That thing looks awesome. Have polyps out everywhere. So let's see. Oh, people joined. Let's see this. Let's see this. If you have questions, just shoot them, okay? So we're just in half an hour. Still have time. So I'm going to jump over to YouTube and Facebook and Mina asking questions. Okay, I've been dosing I'm doing some reading over the weekend. Biomineralization, yep, in marine environments, and wanted to get your thoughts on something. Yes, for the CaCO3, so calcium carbonate crystals, polymorphs, okay, argonite, low high, yep, calcite. How important is it to monitor the CaMg ratio in the reef tank to ensure proper mineralization? It is quite important to know how much calcium and magnesium is in your tank. Okay, Mina. And what will happen too is these elements are super saturated. Okay, so they are higher in solution than they should be in seawater. And what happens there is a dynamic of these elements that permanently mineralize, like you said, or actually not mineralize, but even precipitate out of the. So they precipitate permanently on a wall on a pump, but then they go in solution again because they interact with each other, right? Magnesium will break the crystal of calcium. I told you that. I think I said that once in a live. So in the past, salts came with very low magnesium. That was in the past when I started, like when I was 12 years old, 12, 14. They're still like that. So when we started keeping SPS, people realized they need more magnesium because that it wouldn't work. That like it's not natural at all. Having like there was salts with 600 magnesium. They just saved on the magnesium. You know what I mean? Because nobody was thinking that they were important. So, and I remember it was nearly impossible to keep SPS, but also a lot of LPS were really hard. Like a lot of I had a brownish black Euphilia with white tips back then. I remember that, and everybody was going crazy on it because they like nobody was knowing what it is and how to keep it. I know now it's Euphilia. I didn't know that in the past, so it was really, but it was even hard to keep all this kind of coral alive. So no, I think what you should practically do, Mina, is just check it like we do it for ages and ages, checking your magnesium. Don't let it go too low. Too high magnesium is kind of fine for me, you know? And the calcium I do not let grow way too high because then it precipitates way more, so it's a waste. But it is not really, in my opinion, it is in a practical sense, you do not need to do much more. Just have an eye on it. I'm really not too concerned with you know high parameters, calcium, magnesium, and stuff. That is not too bad at all. Corals actually like that. We try to create this situation with the electrical currents, the cages in the ocean. So some countries like, Saudi Arabia and like, they just, or Tunisia, they try to make that environment better by kind of ionizing the water so they get like, a magnetic field. So calcium, magnesium will be closer to it. You can believe that some people don't. I don't have a look. I don't never looked into it, but um yeah, they want higher levels of calcium, magnesium stuff, like higher levels of ions around it. So something like that is the theory behind it. So it's not too bad. I would say, Mina, for most of the aquarists, 99%, you shouldn't do too much in that direction because you will overdo it. So you measure your magnesium, is it over 1360, it's already fine. You measure your calcium, if it's over 440, it's fine. And you just keep running them stable there, kind of, and you should be okay. Okay. So because corals can do that obviously on their own. They take things up. You don't need to have, you know, like you just need it available. That's what it is. So I'll just check Instagram. 10%. Oh my god. Yeah, well, I mean, it's getting if you don't have that much power, I'm getting bored. Ted Reef, I need something new. I'm doing it for so long. It's all right. Nah, yeah, but it's good. It's working really well. So why? In some cases, oh yeah, let's measure. One in some cases when starting with core 7 full method in a newly set up aquarium, it's a it's a blown with algae. How to prevent that? Oh yeah, so no, when you're starting aquarium, there's a lot of reasons why you can create like massive amount of algae. And it's actually good. So in my tank, and not in this tank, that was crazy too, but in the tank before in Dusseldorf, we put all the rocks in, right? And then we start when you run Triton, you start the lights, and then you start obviously core 7 at one point. And the main thing is when you have the rocks in, the rocks are loaded with nutrient because a lot of die off happened on them. And I think this has not happened here because not a lot of die off happening on my happened on my reef, on my live rock. So it wasn't a peak of nutrients. So that peak of nutrients at a high amount of light causes algae to grow like crazy, which is good because after a week or two, they consume all of the nutrient. And then you just need to take that algae out and you literally have an algae filter. Okay. So that's the thing that very often happens, right? Um, if you look at it that way, right? No worries. So nothing happened. So if you look at it that way. But otherwise, it is just a very short phase that you have that you go through, and then you have perfect water parameters. If you switch off the light, then a lot of people do that mistake. They switch off the light or they reduce it so the algae is not growing that much anymore, but you want it to grow like crazy. So it sucks out all the nutrients. It's your filter. It is, like my dad's always saying, sugar in the tea is easy, sugar out is hard. So this is your way to get the sugar out. It's growing algae. Take it out. That's really good measure. So just to let you know, that's the reason why, because you create a really good environment, and that is when the algae grow crazy. In that case, would it be better to start with other methods until the tank established? No, no. Like I said, you just go full in, all lights in, core 7 in. But I mean, core 7 you won't use that much anyway because there shouldn't be big amounts of consumption measure. So it's mostly the light and the nutrient that causes all this, right? Just to let you know. So if you need anything more measure, let me know. I'm here. Can you send me a Triton t-shirt? Loyal customer. Mate, I don't know. I think Ireland is very strict with t-shirts. I really tried like 20 times and it didn't work. They always came back. I said, this is for Ryan, my loyal customer, Ryan. No, yeah, I can. I can send an email with your address, mate. Just I will send it out. I will send you some t-shirts, okay? So Gregor is saying, yep, yeah, you're back, mate. Gregor. I have 8 fish in my 200-liter tank. I already feed heavily, but I guess skimmer and filter mat refugium cause overfiltration. I tested using henna and Mastertronic essentials. All right. So, Gregor, I wouldn't go with phosphate with henna or too much, like if you say bottom out. There's a limit what they can measure, and that limit is still around or higher a low level that you will find in the ocean. So you might be good with phosphate. If your nitrate is 0, my nitrate is 0. My nitrate is showing nothing, right? Like every time I measure. And my scores are absolutely stunning. Okay, so um you need to be a bit careful with nutrient. And you need to tell me about the light and stuff too. Gregor, I would say what you do is give me a very good understanding of your tank. Okay, because I don't believe it is your nutrient. With this amount of fish, they'll have enough ammonia to survive easily and actually thrive. So let us look at other things, Gregor. That is the better way. Do me a favor, send a information email to me. Send it to hello@Triton. You send it to Julian. He will see this anyway, and he will be prepared. But and write that you talked to me in the live, and that I wanted this information. And that's what you do. We send some pictures of your filter, what you're using, a lot of pictures of your tank, and what light you use and stuff like that. And then I will put something together and send back to you. That's very simple and easy for me. It's much easier for me to find anything, any issue, any tweak that will right away help your tank than running this back and forth. Because in the moment you think it is your nutrient. And with 8 fish in a 200-liter tank, it depends on what fish, but I already don't believe that, right? Just let's do this. Let's do this, and the filter mat, that is something that I do not use in the Triton method, because it will collect a lot of food from your refugium that is going up, um, and should be actually eaten by your core. So just to let you know, there is already one thing that I see. Okay, so just do me that favor and send it over. You can still be here. You can still write me, and we can still talk about it. But I think that would be very needed to really pinpoint it and help you. Okay, but keep going if you need anything. Speaking on a different color element solutions, I noted a difference that different vendors offer iodine in different colors, e.g., clear, light, yellow, brown. Yeah. Is it just two different forms of iodine? Yeah, it is different forms of iodine, and yeah, you need to be careful which one you use. I am absolutely against using the brown version, which is normally PVP iodine. So that's kind of an iodine that is used in medicine for disinfect. You know, when you go on somewhere like into the hospital or doctors, they will have it. To for sanitization. Like um, I never use that one. That's literally there's people bathing corals and the corals get brown from it. Like it's not a good thing, and PvP is not really wanted. So um, use the always use the clear version. With the clear one, you can't do any mistake, and there is still different forms of clear iodine. So up on you which one you want to trust, but yeah, it is definitely different. Okay, so Mina, and I can the boy known as Fish. Hey, mate, how are you? So I'm coming back to Facebook and YouTube in a second. I quickly check my Insta. So not too much. Yeah, a lot of people joined. Hey guys on Instagram, I can see you joining. So if you have questions, shoot them. I'm here to answer all your questions. So I don't care about what your questions are. You write them down here and I will answer them. Okay? To whoever is new, because I can see a lot of new people on Grab Reefs and Robert Muller and everybody. Just write them down here. I'm here to answer them. Okay? And I'm jumping between Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I can see everything in front of me. So if you have any questions, just go for it. Okay, so how to get rid of blue cloud polyps? Invasive on the. Oh, that's hard. That is hard. If it's on one of the rocks, take it out. And I would if it's a big rock, you can't take it out. That's a problem. You know. I have tried. I had people here that said last time they said something. They used some, using like animals would be good, like fish. Um, you could try. It's first off better if you can get it out, get it out. Okay, like get the rock out and just I wouldn't even put it back. If you can. Um, if not, a scriptus, a little scriptus, um, a five fish, very special fish, gets very big. Um, you could try that. I think that was what helped one of my friends once. But you need to try it, and then you can catch him very easily out of the tank if you don't need him anymore. But it need to be a scriptus, but a small one. Okay, a smaller one, right? And he will possibly eat it. They are very good. They're just destroying all anemones and stuff. In like the bad ones. The Artasia. They're used for that. I use them a lot for that. They take one day and they destroy everything. But I remember that cloud polyps, you could use that possibly too. Also, every kind of Apellimisius, like all the Santa punctatus, the gold flake angel, but you could also Trimaculatus. That's a cheaper fish, much cheaper. Um, the gold flakes went up really really expensive. You could use maybe some of them too. That might work too. Just try. That would be best thing would be find something that eats them. Yeah, we can't. It's 200 kilo rock. They said to use. Yeah, fenderbenzol. Is this fenderbenzolol, whatever it is? I think it's not written right. Is that always is it like the thing right now to use against everything? Let me know that. Let me know. Um, because everybody kind of seems to use it on everything. It's getting a bit scary, you know. I think I need to look into that stuff more. Farshad is on. Here you go. Farshad is on. How are you, Farshad? If you have questions, mate, shoot them. Not seen you for a while. I hope you're good. Happy New Year. So let's go to the boy known as Fish. And I hope you didn't forget any question. I don't think so. Oh yeah, the Peta is asking how much power was under Lani's on the old tank. So under the Lani's on the old tank, there was higher on the surface. It was 1,050, 1,100 par right underneath the surface, but it dropped more. So and my tank was like has more shade, and it was differently measured with a different tool, right? So just be careful because there was a lot of evolution in that measurement of light since I was having my old tank. But it was still like 250 in the middle of it, still 300 on the bottom. Okay, some places 150, some places 300. So where the clam was, just in front of the clam, there was a center point because we had the flat, super flat surface, all LEDs, and that caused like a bowl of light. So the strongest was right under, like right in front of the clam. Like the clam got really hit hard with light, and that was like 300 part. Now it's higher, but the surface is not that high, so it's more even from the depth, right? So now, sorry, mate, and I just got that. So I'm coming to you, Farshad. I can see your question. Hi, Ehsan. My cheetah was growing like crazy, but after first harvest, I'm struggling to get it grow again, and the purple slime is covering everything in the refugium. What would it cause this? Yes. Also have brabsis grown in the refugium. Should I remove it? Uh, you need to make sure it is brabsis, but if you know it is brabsis, I would try to remove it. Um, and that purple slime is literally sounds like a cyanobacteria to me. The purple form of it. Um, it could be a lot of things though. It's mainly your water and the evolution of what you fish you have put in and stuff like that. Is right now, the boy known as fish. Is there any thing in the main tank? In the display, not in where the refugium goes, but in the main one up there. Is there anything happening there? And have you put in a good amount of live rock into the refugium? That's the other question I have, right? Because it's looking like a dominance shift, so it's shifting from Chitomorpha to maybe some other dominant algae. And this is normal because the Chitomorpha will have specific needs. And if your water shifts from that needs, then another algae should be dominantly growing in there. And normally we grow that out of the rock. It just grows, the live rock. They'll have spores and stuff. They just grow out. Um, but there's two reasons why this wouldn't happen. One is, you possibly do not have that much rock in there or no live rock. The other one is you don't have the light for it. So obviously algae are needing a very good amount of light, a very specific spectrum sometimes. And if you do not have that because you use LEDs over it, for example, the algae can't grow because it's the dominant algae coming next wouldn't be able to grow. And that's some reason for what you're explaining somehow too. It could be natural though, it could be not enough nutrient left. That's all right too, and Barbs likes low nutrient too, So that answer me some of these questions. Maybe I can help you now. Otherwise, you just also write an email. Okay, Gregor says thanks, and thanks for the interesting live video. No problem, girl. I'm doing that every week. So if you want to join every week, it's good. A lot of people do that. They ask the questions here. They don't want to write an email, which is also good, you know. And if I can help without an email, I'll help you right away in a lot of ways, you know. This is great for me too. I learn every day too when I'm doing this. So Jürgen is on. Hey Jürgen, Belgium, Jürgen. Happy New Year to you too, my friend. Happy New Year to you, to and family too. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Okay, so Mina said, got it, was just curious. I'm happy with my bottle of Triton iodine. Yeah, no, that's all right. It's a good question. It's a good question. There's differences between the elements, and a lot of them are not visible. So people think they're all the same because they look the same, but they're not. So I know from main, like let's say, and nearly all of our elements, nearly, I would say maybe two are maybe two or three might be available from other vendors in other concentrations and might be nearly the same, but all of the others are different. And I know that, you know. So just to let you know, it's just, you know, people can't see it, you know, it's looking the same color looking, so it's the way it is. So on now coming, oh, far shot. Oh wow, a lot of questions coming in. I love it. So Fash is saying, what is the safest way to reduce PO4 and NO3? Algae refugium, Farshad, is the best way. It's the safest way. Can't go too low. Will when it's going too low, will release. It will die off earlier before it's too low for your coral. So it is a very good way and safe way to do it. PO4 would be needed if it's too high. You'd need to use AL99. It's slower than GFO, but after a while you would need to have an iron-based one. Like let's say after 6 months, you use an iron-based one to suck out all the aluminium that you released. Okay, so that is pretty much the trick, safest way. If that helps you, otherwise let me know. I can I can get my head around other things if you want, but if you're asking me specifically the best way, this is the best way. Okay, and the safest one. So this is what I've found. For those wanting to eliminate invasive soft coral from their tanks, I can report that I successfully eradicated blue carp plumes and xenia from my tank. I used the canine DEW. Okay, canine DEW. Okay, yeah, febendazole eliminates invasive soft coral. Blue clouds. Well, yeah, sounds good to me. I'm not an expert in that, Peter. If you want to try and let us know, I believe you. If you're gonna try, I mean, I don't know the guy that wrote that. You know who wrote that, but like I say, it's an experiment. You can do that. I cannot help you. I don't know. I've never done that before. It would be an experiment for myself. I would need to do it somehow to answer you this question, or I need somebody that I trust very much, like you know Greg or somebody that has done it before, in SPS tank. Um, anyway, I know that there, you know, he would look at the tank and say and see that there's bad or good things happening. So you would need, I think you need to try it. I think you need to try it. I don't know. I don't know, and I cannot give you a risk assessment. It's definitely an experiment, so it will be a bit risky, you know. But yeah, up on you, Peter. Up on you. And that's with Ricardo Sales. How are you, my friend? Greetings to Brazil. So there's happening things happening in Brazil that need to address right now. So okay, so Peter Pan Reef is writing something, and that is Spanish, I guess. And if somebody that is Spanish language could translate, that would be great. I'll answer you. Peter Pan Reef, I'll answer you. So ISW joined. I'm afraid to try that. Yeah, I know this. Uh, yeah, I know. Peter, up on. I mean, you really only can try it with other coral in there. You know, I mean, you can try and kill something. That's easy test. But what happens to the other coral? You know, that's what I would be afraid of. I wouldn't do it to my tank right now. I just tell you, it's too dangerous for me. But yeah, you would need a little other tank. So now let's go back. Any issue with chaining L99 after 3 weeks instead of 4? No. Okay, P is 15 ppb, and I'd like that get get it back into range instead of waiting another week. No, that's fine. You can do that. That's actually a sign for it. When it goes up, change it. For any reason you have a little bit of PO4 still in there, so change it. No problem at all. I also changed GAC since the tank water is starting to smell. No sign of anything big that is decomposing. Yeah, all right. Both fine. Just do it. Smell is a bit strange, but do it. Do it. That's fine. It need to be something behind the rocks or something, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, do it. There's no issue. You can do it even after a week if you want. There's no issue. So I had Mina. I had some I have some SPS die off due to an issue with a dosing pump not dosing. Yeah. I have about 4 kilograms of live rock in the refugium. I'm using a prime refugium light. That is LED, isn't it? The boy with no fish. No, well, so known as fish. The boy with no fish. Sorry, it's early. Okay, so the boy known as fish. So sorry, mate. But no, that's an LED light. I think you should change that, mate. If it is one, yeah. So and then okay, so that is just let me know that answer, and I will keep going. What is your opinion on experience with ozone? Seems to be better than using activated carbon that drains trace elements. No, ozone is worse than carbon. I'm using carbon for a long time because I went away from ozone. Ozone is the strongest oxidizer available, one of the strongest, right? So it will oxidize your trace elements, a lot of them, right? While carbon really do not take a lot of trace elements. Carbon takes bigger chains of stuff. It can't take ionized stuff. So literally, it is the opposite. If that's your concern, ozone will destroy things. It will just get unavailable, precipitate. Ozone it's tempting, like, because you don't need to change it, you don't have waste, kind of, but you have. So no, Gregor, don't use ozone. It is very harsh. You need to have, actually, when you have ozone, you need to have activated carbon to not have too much free ozone in your tank. So people are actually using activated carbon after the ozone to get the ozone out of the water that is coming out of the skimmer. That's that. So there is no. Just use activated carbon. Best thing you can do. Just to let you know. Okay. So definitely, ozone has way more side effects. Way more. I'm not. I don't like it. I don't use it. Never. And I have fish that are ultra hard, like people would say. I kept in Germany, back in Dusseldorf. You from Dusseldorf, right? I kept fish. People would say it's not you can't do that in a tank. You can't keep this fish in a tank. I had them. I had male feminists. I don't know, it's crazy fish, and they had no spot, no nothing. So I never used ozone even then. It's fine. It's no, you need to feed them well and stuff. So okay, so the boy known as fish. Okay, should I use fluco fluconazole fluconazole? Can somebody? I need to talk to Greg. Tell me exactly how to spell this in English to remove proboscis. Mate, is that your honest? Is that a question? Is that a real question? Because I just said it seems to be I think yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's another one. That seems to be. I don't know. Maybe I just get things to. Okay. I promise. I will look into it. Okay, but I would use lithium first. The boy with the boy known as fish. Use high amount of lithium first. Raise it to 1,000 microgram per liter. That helps 50% of the people already with dropses. Okay, just use that first because going hard on like really hard chemical or even if that could be if you use that could be a herbicide, and then it will kill your algae too. So I wouldn't use it now. Like I would just raise the lithium. If it's really purposes and you really hate it, do that. Okay. So the and if you want to keep going, the boy known as fish, keep going. I just don't you like to use too many kind of external products, just like that. So Ricardo Sala says missing you in Brazil. Yes, mate, I'm missing Brazil too, definitely. So Mina's asking, and Peta is on the other side asking some stuff too, I think. Yep. And Jetty's Reef started following. It's Jetty's Reef. It is here. Hey, Jetty's Reef. If you want your question answered, just put them there. Okay. So we're running right an hour now. Rebus Reef 2. So whoever comes in late, don't worry. Just write your question down. Okay. Albert is on. Where do you need it translated? Doesn't matter. Translate it somewhere. Just say it's the translation for Peter Pan's Reef. Okay. Missing in Brazil. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I don't. I'd also like to hear your thoughts on monsoon aquatics. Do you see them importing to the exporting? Yeah, exporting to the US at the same level, or more than cans? I think they're doing pretty much same level. More and it's hard because so monsoon and cans are the biggest ones. Cans Marine is slightly bigger in my opinion. Having more boats and stuff. But operational wise, they collect a lot of corals. These two companies are, in my opinion, the biggest collectors. They differ from each other. Cairns Marine definitely way more fish oriented. Monsoon way less fish oriented. They have like so Cairns Marine has a lot of corals and a lot of fish, and monsoon more focused onto the coral side and less the fish. That's what I see in cans. It can be different in Vandenberg. So they have different positions too. So they have different facilities. They have Vandenberg's facility, monsoon. I think they have a Northern Territory facility, and they have cans. And Cans Marine has three facilities too. So there's slightly differences in what they can get and what not. They have different spots. There are two really, really good companies, and I respect both of them very, very much. Like they're doing a really good job, both of them. I know Daniel very well. I know his wife. I know Lyle very, very well. Obviously, Lyle better than the both of the others because they were living up in North, and Lyle was seeing Cairns, lives seeing Cairns. And I think now they live down in Bundaberg. But realistically, whenever I meet them, that is professional. They are really professional people, and they really professionally run these businesses. So I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that they're sports sending to every main wholesaler in America. I'm pretty sure. So especially like I think clams are coming mainly from monsoon. So Australian clams will be mainly from. And I remember Daniel coming to me, hitting me up a long, long time ago about clams, and Cairns Marine doesn't do clams that much or not at all. I've not seen Cairns Marine that often. Right, just to let you know. So there's little differences, but you will be able to get stuff from monsoon. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it's good light, he said. It's not a problem with AI Prime Refugium. Okay, all right. I still do not think. LED light is spectrum wide. The spectrum is wide enough, to be honest, Peter. It can be a good light. It can grow Chitomorpha because that likes LED. But again, we don't know every algae. We don't know every algae that wants to grow there. You know what I mean? Like, so it is it is a question that we can easily solve because it's not hard to get T5 used somewhere and put it on there too. Not take it the other one away. I would run it maybe same time just to try. So Honzi sending greetings from Czech Republic. Greetings back. Happy New Year, mate. Happy New Year. Just go, Honzi, if you have questions, Honzi Bellagio, then Honzik Bellagio, then just shoot it now. Shoot it now. I'll possibly go like 10 more minutes. Okay. Where do you need to translate it? Well, just check it. Oh yeah, Peter Patrick was on Instagram, mate. Sorry, so I think you made that. Fluconazole. Oh, but you're the best. It took so long for me to get that. Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to Orlando. That is. Sorry. Yeah, it's hard. That's hard. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. Udo Vogt, guten Abend. Okay, so Ricardo said, where is the subscription going to arrive here? Mate, we have a problem with that machine right now. So that yes, you're asking, do you know when your isolation is going to function again? Yeah, there's a lot of discussion going around that right now. There was a part issue, there was a lot of things, but I will give you information maybe at end of the week, my friend. If you want to write me, I can maybe update you. But it is a lot of things going on in Brazil. So yeah, it will be functioning at one point, but it is in discussions with Jeff and Kuzdai. Okay? Fluconazole. Fluconazole. Very good. Fluconazole. Guten Abend. So I've just picked up a school of Evansi antias. Any tips for keeping them? Evansi, yeah, they're like medium. Are they eating already? The boy known as fish. Are they eating already? So if you've see them eating frozen food, the main thing you do now is slowly adapt them. And when you do that, you possibly need to build a little thing. So what I do with my antias, not depending which antias it is I float them in a little cage, like in a glass box, let's say. I'll use like normally like imagine like a bigger Tupperware, right? Like a bigger plastic, but transparency thing, and I drill holes into it so water can get in from each side and underneath. And then I put my fish in there and float them for like 1 or 2 hours sometimes, right? Until all of them swim in that little cage in my aquarium. Okay, I hope that's understandable what I'm saying here right now. And I make a video about that. I'll make a video about that. Maybe I did a video about that already when I put my antias in. I think I did one. So what you do is you try to first adapt them to the water, but then you need to try to give them a bit of time in your tank to look at everything, to see outside, to see other fish. The other fish will come and check them out. Give them a bit of time, because the shock of I'm laying around, they will just, some of them will just lay down even on the bottom of that um cage that you built, and then they start swimming. And when they started swimming, if you have all of them swimming, would be great. You can sometimes put a little rock in there if that's possible. Some of them will hide underneath and sleep a bit and calm down, and then release them. So they swim a little bit around. They don't drop on the ground right away. They just swim a little bit and check everything out. That's the main thing when I would put them in. And that's very important in my opinion, right? I do that every time, and I'm very successful with antias. Okay. Then I would do the live food. Still, even they're eating, right? They're not eating enough. Not in your tank when it's fresh. You don't want to lose any of them. So what you do is feed them with Artemia Now pills, like every day. Okay, and there's a video about that too. Okay, so and if you need any help, let me know. But feed them with the baby Artemia. Hatch them and feed them with it. That is very good way to do it. And you feed them other food too, right? You always feed them Artemia too. You always feed them the frozen first food, the frozen food first, and then you feed them the hatched living Artemia. Okay, and that is very much what I'm doing, and it helps me a lot. And I have 18 very difficult antias in my tank, or difficult ones, and the very difficult ones, there are 3 left because they killed each other, but it's not because of the food and not because of everything else. Evanzi would be fine. Okay, so just try. So Honzi is asking. Okay, so I have no question. Yep. If you have any other questions, guys, shoot them. Right. So I'll just check in on Honzi on Instagram. So Honzi is from Czech Republic. I'm getting algae problems are only with water. Okay, I think the algae problems are only with water parameters. I have problem with SPS corals. ICP and NDOC are the best, but coral is dead from downside. Yes. Okay. Tank is 3 or 4 years old. Right. Okay, Honzi, if it's from the low part, if it's 3 or 4 years old, you need to send me pictures, man. This is all right. You're doing the right thing coming on here live, but do me a favor, send me an information thing, like what is your filtration, what is your light, give me some pictures of the tank filter, and send it to hello@Triton, and write that you are coming from here from the live, and you talk to me, and then I will try to help you, because that's way too less information for me to really help you. I will just drop some stuff, and you will just go ahead, but it could be wrong because I do not know everything, right? And I need to know what problems you have with your corals. What, like, is it just the STN from below, or is it faster? So give me that as quickly as possible, and we'll answer you on that email. But I will, if you come back here, I will answer you here too. Okay, because you know what I mean. It's just it's too difficult, and it's not the right thing to do without information. Okay, I'm really trying to help, but I can't do that without information. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Just send it from that email to hello@triton.de. Just do it right now. Okay? I can't send you an email. You need to send me an email. All right? Or you okay? You send it to hello@Triton, and it should be good. I'll write it here. So you can take that. And send it here. Oh, what the? Where are you? No, I can't send. it. Maybe Linda, maybe somebody else can send it. That would be great. Just send that email. If you can just comment with the email hello@Triton, that would be great. So Honzi can get that email going. All right. I am actually out of questions, and we have 8:16. So 1 hour and 16 minutes in. Do here. Ribas Reef. Hello to Portugal, mate. If you have questions, shoot them now. I'll take one more last question, and then I'll wrap this up. And we have our live for today, and I will see you on the next Sunday, or your Saturday, actually. I'm just checking if anything else is here, and I'll need to go and check my chiller that was broken, and see if that thing is working, and call the boys in the lab, see if that stuff is working again. Okay, the boy known as Fish, are you good with that answer for the antias, mate? You understood everything? because it's quite good to do the way the thing that I said you to do. It's really good, even if you need to build that thing still and leave them in the bag for a while. You know, it's pretty good to do it. Okay, so that would be actually the best way to do it. So if anybody has a last question, shoot it now. Otherwise, I will leave this live stream and wish all of you a good day. Let's see. Anybody ever forgot any question? I do not see anything. So then I thank you all for being here today. And Jana, yeah, yeah, yes, that's correct, Honzi. That's correct. That is correct. No, not comp. DE is correct. Send it at DE, the first one. Okay? Tiago, I just see you coming in. Welcome, but I'm just closing this off. Okay, I'm sorry, mate. If you have a question, keep it for next Sunday, and I'll answer it on the Sunday or your Saturday evening. Okay, next week. And I hope all of you had a great session here with me, and thank you for all your great questions. I'll write a little text, and YouTube and Facebook will be online right away, and Instagram will be a little bit later, like always. But thank you so much for joining, and I will take care of the tank, and I will let you know all of you, and make maybe a video to show you how it looks right now, and we'll go from there. Thank you very much for joining, guys. Have a good one, and good success with your tanks. And the boy known as Fish, tell me about the antias next week. Okay? Take care, guys. See ya.